I got it. I got it.
Okay.
You hit go live first.
No,
Oh
no,
my
you
goodness. You're
no,
supposed to bump
don't
us
hit go live. You do
backstage.
the
Wait, do we hit the intro first and then hit go live?
yes, hit the intro and then go
Well,
live.
we're
But yes,
live right
All
now
right,
on
all right,
YouTube.
let's do this. What's up, geeks and gamers? I see the chat. I've messed up already. A lot of people screaming, "No, Jay, no, Jay,
No!
Jay and Beardo."
Ooh, it's okay.
Sorry, cuts
We
like
know
a
what we're
knife
doing.
sometimes, doesn't it? Cuts like a knife sometimes. But it's a win. It's midweek, man. It's Wednesday. You guys are almost at the weekend. I don't know if I'm live on Twitter. This is my first time hitting the Twitter live button. I don't know if I'm live on Rumble. Like, I was getting like mixed. I was texting Beardo this morning. I was like, how do I get on Rumble? And I'm like, Jeremy won't answer my call. Like, everything. I was like digging way back. I finally found like some weird password that worked, and here we are.
There you go.
I don't know, man.
We know what we're doing. We're pros.
Do we?
Sometimes we know what we're doing. Sometimes we're like, wait, how do I do this again?
I figure with the two of us together, we'll add some Sydney Sweeney. It'll make everybody a little happy. Maybe a little bit of, we'll see.
A little bit of, fire and ice.
Jay hacking passwords says, is Jeremy in the chat? If he's in the chat, he should be on the show.
Jeremy was in the chat. He said, what the fuck?
Chris Gore says, Jay and Beardo, let's give them a chance.
Thanks, Chris.
Let's give him a chance.
Appreciate it, buddy.
I should be on a shirt. Let's give him a chance. Wow, starting off with a bang here.
We'll do like the presidential shirts, Jay and Beardo 2024, and at the very bottom, the slogan will be, let's give them a chance.
I was on yesterday, and people were really talking about my forehead. So, hey, man, it happens.
It happens, man.
At least I don't have like the yarmulke bowl back here. Like I'm still
that's
good.
The thing. As long as you're not going bald back here.
Yeah, over the years it'll probably go back a little bit. I'll have that Stephen A. Smith thing going.
He can pull it off.
We'll see how that goes. But yeah, look, Jay, nice forehead. Like, hey, keep them coming, man. I'm ready. It's big. Yeah, there we go.
That's weird.
Keep it coming. Anyway, how you doing, man? How you doing on this Wednesday?
I'm doing a lot worse this morning because I had to sit through the Acolyte last night. And now I'm here to talk about it.
Bro. Just when you think the show couldn't get any worse, I mean, they went ahead and dropped here's the crazy thing. They went ahead and dropped, there's only one more episode left.
This was episode 7.
What is the point of this show? It's almost over, everyone. It's almost over.
So the last thing in the real timeline that we've seen is Soul has May locked up, like chained up on the gurney bed thing, and Osha put on the Smilo Ren helmet. And then in the last episode from last night, it's 100% flashback episode. We've seen what everybody was speculating, what we all knew what was going to happen. The Jedi are bad, is what Leslie Headland tried to do. But if you actually watch the episode, if you're actually competent, that is not what kind of came across. Like, first of all, there's so much to unravel.
I know, man, and we're gonna get it.
Torben.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Torben self-sacrificing himself, offing himself, drinking the poison in what was that, episode 2? And then we finally find out what he is so guilty of, what he just holds so much guilt. What'd he do? He wanted an early vacation. He wanted to be off the job. He wanted to be off that shithole planet. and then they find civilization, they find people.
All right, you're going all over the place.
No,
That's
not
a
really.
whole conversation. I just want to show off my beautiful forehead one more time to the people.
There you go.
They demand it.
So all Torben did was he just wanted to go in there, grab the twins. He didn't kill nobody. He got in a fight with
you're going
Jedi
ahead,
Chewbacca.
man.
And he's so guilty. He didn't kill nobody.
You're getting ahead of yourself. For those that are, but I agree. That's like that. For those that are wondering how bad last night's episode was, when Grace Randolph, who has been singing the praises of the Acolyte, comes out and was like, "That was awful." That was awful. Then you know the show sucks. Yeah. I mean, it's kick. This is funny too, man. Hold on, this is funny.
Star Wars Theory had a good couple tweets last night as well.
So I want the people to see how the show started off. All right, here we go. This was the opening scene. Okay, they spent almost $200 million on this show, Beardo.
Jedi now need metal detectors. For why?
Did they go to freaking Radio Shack?
They're using
Radio
metal
Shack
detectors,
still a
bro.
thing?
And that kind of metal detector, I haven't seen since what, like 2005?
I know.
But we're in a galaxy far, far away here, and we have 1999 metal detectors.
Bro.
And for why? They're looking for life on this planet, and they're like, there must be grass here. Look at all the trees. There must be Force users here. What? Because grass exists? That is your clue that there is civilization here, that there is a Force using civilization here because there's trees?
The first 5 minutes has Torben like scooping up a wad of weeds and putting it in a pot.
He's putting like dandelions into this like blender thing. There must be Jedi here. Look at these plants. There's Jedi.
Bro, when I saw this, I sat back and was like, there's no freaking way. They were sitting around they were probably in some warehouse looking for props to use. And one of their DEI hires or whatever says, hey, this is perfect. The hip kids today don't know what this is. Just walk around and wave it over the grass. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to find a quarter, Billy. If you can find a quarter, then we'll go get you some ice cream.
Hey, if you find a quarter, you know that there's Jedi here. Yeah. There's Jedi here if you find a penny.
Bro, someone in the chat says, is he weed whacking?
No, he's not. He's using a metal detector. Torben is scooping up dirt and dandelions, putting it into like this blender because they're convinced that, because there's plants and trees here, there must be Jedi. Is this Leslie Headland trying to, convey that the Jedi are stupid? I don't think she's smart enough to do that. Unless that's what she really is. It's like, let's make the Jedi look as stupid as possible.
Oh, that's this whole series.
Yeah.
That's the whole series. Fu Man Blue.
Jedi.
Hold on. Fu Man Blue, I see. He says, sorry about starting the forehead thing. Man, I don't care, man. Bro, my life is good. I just hit 90K subscribers on my channel. Never thought I'd get there. I just got a picture with Brie Larson. I'm about to drop my book. Hopefully we could maybe get 5,000 sales on my book. I'm not expecting too much. I understand it's a different demographic, but life is good, man. Make fun of my forehead all you like. All I know is some of y'all making fun of my forehead have bought t-shirts from me. And I'm seeing the 5 and 6 XL. That's all I'm saying. Before you make fun of my forehead, make sure you want a 6XL shirt buyer.
You know what Star Wars should never do? Shave a Wookiee's head. Why? Why shave a Wookiee's head? And you notice the hairstyle, the ponytail or whatever. It's literally Rey's haircut from or hairstyle from Force Awakens.
Yeah. When this scene, listen, for what it's worth, everyone. For what it's worth, people are like, Jay's a fat shamer. For what it's worth, this show is for me is pure comedy. It is like one of the best comedies I have ever seen, and it just gets better and better. That's all I'm saying. So we start off. We'll just go through it. They start off searching for plants, and then they send Master Soul, who this is the best thing. Everyone, when the series first started, all the shills or whatever were like, Master Soul's like the new Qui-Gon, man. He's a great Jedi. He's the worst Jedi I have ever seen. The guy is creepy and weird. All right, so he goes on in a little exploration.
So yeah, real quick. So this is like episode 3 from the Acolyte, right? So episode 3 from the Acolyte, but now it's from Soul's perspective.
It's the Jedi's perspective.
It's the Jedi's perspective of what happened in episode 3 is what it is. We're watching episode 3 again, except from a different perspective is what happened in this episode.
So he finds the witches and the twins raising their hands to a giant black hole. I have no idea what's going on. They're singing and waving their hands. There's a giant black hole. And he's like, oh my God, I found people. There's people here. What's going on? This is crazy. Like, let's go back. And then it gets for Master Soul, it gets very weird because he's never, ever, ever like talked to the twin girl or anything like that. But all of a sudden, he's just she's got to be my Padawan. I have a connection with her. She will be
my Padawan.
It was creepy, man. It was just like the whole episode was him. No, that's supposed to be my Padawan. Like you only saw her from a distance.
Well, and then how about Trinity? I don't know her Jedi name.
Yeah, we'll call her Trinity.
We'll call her Trinity. There's at one point in this episode where she tells Soul, well, Soul, don't talk to me like that because at least I have a Padawan.
Yeah.
You don't even have a Padawan.
It was very weird. So the whole episode was him trying to convince everybody that this particular girl was supposed to be his Padawan, which literally made no sense whatsoever.
And Osha wanted to be a Jedi the entire time. So they do the test on May. She purposely fails. Then he's like, let me try different with the other one. So then, Osha clearly wants to be a Jedi. She answers all the questions right. Soul is there telling her about the Academy and what being a Jedi is. And then Trinity's like, well, she only wants to be a Jedi because you tricked her. It's like, dude, Osha wanted to be a Jedi. Like, dude, the woman...
It's just dumb.
It's dumb. I'm trying to make more sense of it and trying to get mad when it's just dumb. It's just dumb.
Then we get to the two moms fighting. And you got the head mama and the I guess the white mama's the secondary mama. Horns. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But they're fighting and they're like, she's like, the white mom's like, I'll kill myself if I can't, I'm never going to let the Jedi take my kids. And she rallies the witches.
Yeah.
She's like, witches, let's get together. And then she rallies up May. She's like, May, use your anger and lock your sister in her room. And let's rally the witches. While the head witch, I guess, head mama, whatever, she's like, no, we need to let her go. She wants to be a Jedi. This is the path that she chose. Like, let's let her go. And the other mom's like, no, I'm not going to let her take it. So they assemble the witches. And then, it's like some weirdness happens where this witch turns into some smoke. And I can't play it because I don't want to but this is just a clip from it. She turns into some black smoke.
Well, the other mom, the white mom with the horn, she turns into the smoke first.
No. This one.
She does it afterwards.
Yeah. So this one turns into some smoke, and then Soul just, for whatever reason, like, let me stick my lightsaber in that and play around.
We got to rewind just a little bit. Let's rewind a little bit. So Torben is like, F this. We want the twins. Soul wants the twins. I want to go home early. I'm just going to say F it and just go on my speeder and go in there and kidnap the girls. Soul's like, I'm gonna go with you. And he goes too. And so all the witches, after the white mom with the horns goes crazy about the Jedi being there, all the other witches rally. They possess the Wookiee Jedi. So now we get a lightsaber fight between the Wookiee Jedi and Soul
you're
and Torben.
messing up, man. I did a whole breakdown. You're here, there, and everywhere. I hope you're wearing underwear.
Okay. But anyways, Trinity uses her force powers.
Slow down. Go back. Wait, you're confusing everyone.
That happens after?
Yes.
Okay, my bad.
Bro. I know it's boring.
Okay.
I had to do a whole breakdown. Holy crap.
Okay.
This lady sees May running towards her. Osha's locked up in her room. May has started the fire. She runs back to her mom to say the fire's going crazy.
Okay.
This witch turns into some smoke beam. It's really weird. And Soul just ignites his lightsaber and is like, let me stick my lightsaber in this black smoke and see what happens.
Well, yeah, it looks scary.
And she dies.
Yeah.
So then May's like, oh my God, you killed my mom. Oh, mama. She's like, Mama. And Soul's all upset. And then the white mom starts fighting Master Soul. And he's like, he doesn't want to fight back because he feels guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll give it to the little Padawan white dude. He starts like deflecting arrows and swinging that yellow lightsaber all over the place. And then the white witch, she also turns into a big puff of smoke, and she possesses the Wookiee. And we finally get to see the Wookiee fight. Yeah. All right. So the Wookiee starts going ham on like everybody.
Yeah. So,
and I guess that was the big lightsaber scene they were talking about. Like that was going to be really cool, but it was really not cool.
I think that was the one in the woods that they were talking about with Smilo Ren against all the 10 different Jedi. But if we go back to when the mom turned into smoke, because we had already seen Osha with that main mama, saying, I want to be a Jedi. She hugs her and cries because she's sad that she's not going to be a lesbian space witch. Shad had a really good tweet. It's like, how the F was Soul supposed to know what was going on? Like, her eyes go black. She turns into this demon smoke. Like, yeah, that looks freaking scary. Like, what is Soul supposed to do? He doesn't know what this is. So he turns on his lightsaber and stabs the smoke. And then... He's
all over the place. I don't know.
I'm on the right track now. But
I just said that.
I know, but no, it's scary. How is Soul supposed to know what the heck is going on? It's scary. And then he does it, and then she turns to him while she's dying, and she's like, I was going to let Osha be a Jedi.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to let Osha be a Jedi. So now all of a sudden, now Soul's like a horrible. Like he's just this evil dude because he didn't know what the F
Not the worst part.
This demon's... No, it's not the worst part.
So
then, we get to this part.
Yeah, so the Wookiee's possessed by a witch and just wrecks this Tobin. Like, that's where he gets his scars.
Mm-hmm. And all the witches, right? Because you get the scene where all the witches are leaning back and forth.
You're going ahead, man. You're powering way too fast.
But all the witches are possessing the Wookiee.
Right. So Trinity comes out of nowhere.
Yes.
Puts her hands on the Wookiee and magically kills all the listen guys, I have to show you this scene. While the Wookiee is fighting the other Jedi, all the witches are doing this, holding hands and just singing a song. Just like this. And then when Trinity puts her hand on the Wookiee's head, is like, I got it. And she's using the Force to she snaps all their necks or something, because then they all fall over and die. They're like, we're dead.
So when she breaks the Wookiee free of the possession, they just all die. All the witches who are possessing the Wookiee just die.
Yeah, that's it.
That makes zero sense. Dumb.
I was laughing so hard, man. This was I keep thinking in my brain, $20 million, an episode. Is that how it, are you kidding me? This is terrible. So they're all dead. Trinity's go get the twins. Bring him back. Let's just leave. Well, the twins are on a bridge. Master Soul is like trying to hold up the bridge so they don't die. Then with the force, then he decides, I'm just gonna pick one. I'll let one die and I'll pick another one. So he's like, I'll take Osha. So then he shifts his force use powers to save Osha while he thinks Maid plummets to her death. My God, man.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
And they make it so obvious that, like, he's like, fuck it, fuck the evil one who didn't want to be a Jedi. I'm going to save this one. Like, he deliberately made a choice. He goes, nah, screw the other one. I'm going to save this one. What doesn't make sense, what's so stupid and how the writing is so dumb in this show, is that he's holding up these heavy metal bridges instead of force using and holding the girls. He's holding up the
100%.
bridge instead of grabbing the girls. And then he runs and grabs Osha with his hand instead of force grabbing her and just pulling her towards him.
Here's the best part. Well, completely destruction of it. So all the Jedi are in their ship and they're like, what are we gonna do? And they're like, well, so Trinity pipes up a plan with everybody, like, let's just tell the council that May set the fire and killed everybody. And let's just lie to everyone.
Yes, let's
and
just
then they're like,
lie
what about
to the entire
Osha,
Jedi
who's like
Council.
laying there, they're like, just lie to the child too. Just lie to her and tell her everything. So all the Jedi, like, they're just lying about all that stuff. They're lying to the council. The council knows there's force using witches because they reported it earlier. But I guess that, whatever. And going back to Beardo's first point, this is the dumbest thing. So now they're all like that, and that's the end of the episode. They fly off saying we're just gonna lie to everyone. That's it. And then the question goes back to this fool right here, who literally got back to Coruscant and got in a force bubble for 16 years. Nerd Cookies is correct. This character was given two choices: tell the Jedi Council what really happened, or off himself and get forgiveness. Considering what we know about the reasons for his guilt, this is a case. Yeah, he did nothing wrong to have guilt. He didn't do
anything wrong. He didn't kill any of the witches. All he did was defend himself. He wanted to get in and get out. He wanted to get the twins, get out, which is what Soul wanted to do too. He didn't kill anyone. He didn't kill the Wookiee. He didn't kill any witches. He was defending himself, got in a fight with the Wookiee, got his face fucked up. And what? Now he has this insurmountable guilt where he's going to go into hibernation meditation for 10 years because he's so guilty. And then at the soonest opportunity to kill himself, he does.
It's so dumb. Like, are you kidding me? Same thing with the Wookiee. The Wookiee who lived in isolation because he felt guilty, did absolutely nothing wrong. He was possessed by a witch. He didn't do anything, but he felt so guilty that he had to go live in isolation. Get the freak out of here. That's the stupidest. Like, the storytelling is off the charts, man.
It's horrible.
So, well, let's recap. They literally refilmed an entire episode from a different point of view. We knew what was going on. Jeremy is the first person I heard predicted that they were going to make the Jedi look terrible. The Jedi are the bad guys here. They're making them look bad. And there was a line from the witches saying, if you Jedi keep acting this way, all the Jedi are going to be destroyed. Like, and everyone's like, ooh, foresee the future. There's no moral compass like for this guy to like feel so much guilt.
No,
I think that's exactly. It's a representation of white guilt.
That
you should be guilty you should be guilty for nothing.
Yep, that is what Leslie Headland is preaching here.
Holy crap!
She is projecting that. That is how she feels that white people should feel at all times. Is this guilt that isn't? It doesn't make sense. It's not warranted, but you should feel guilty anyway, and you should off yourself.
The crazy thing is that after this episode, I mean, even the media, like Collider's, like the Jedi really are the bad guys. Like this was the plan all along.
Yes, it was.
The plan all along was to destroy Jedis, and that way Kathleen Kennedy or whoever can recreate them in their image moving forward.
With
and
Ray.
I've been saying that they were going to do this if it ever gets made, and like the Ray movie, because it's called A New Beginning or something. And maybe she'll finally read one of those Jedi texts in the back where it says, oh yeah, by the way, if you find a witch, you can make life, and she'll go make some Force babies and recreate the all new dude. Listen, people are trying their best that have been shilling for this show to give it, like, they're like, we really want to give it a 6.5. Are we still in your good gracious, Lucasfilm? Are we still are we still part of the team? 6.5 ain't that bad, is it?
I can't stand this Twitter account. I hate that Twitter account, man. One of the worst Star Wars Twitter accounts ever.
They get free stuff from Lucasfilm. What do you expect?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, but honestly, other media, like, look at this one. This one's pretty funny. And then we get on to some supers here. The Acolyte episode 7, complete trash. They gave it a 0, man.
It's horrible, dude.
It's horrible. Freaking 0.
The motives of almost every character in this episode make 0 sense. They make Soul look like a creepy weirdo. Torben did nothing wrong. The main mom does something absolutely frightening, turning into this demon dust, dies, and then looks at Soul and says, oh, well, I was going to let Osha be a Jedi, so you just messed up big time after she just became demon smoke, man. Like, anybody would have done what Soul did.
We'll
And they make Soul look desperate, man. They make him look desperate. Like, Trinity was right. I do need a Padawan. I'm gonna force this girl to be my Padawan and let her sister die.
Let's check in on the Disney shills, shall we? I just finished watching The Acolyte. I'm sick, so I can't make a review because I physically can't talk. Visibly great episode. Before a mystery, it feels like we already had the answers for it to be built up that long. I'm just not going to mention Tobin either. The episode made him sick. It's very sad.
Who cares?
Dude, there's tons of them out there, like, just trying to figure out to find the good, but pretty bad.
Let's do a little kind of what if, predicting the future. With this Rey movie, with everything that's happening, with them completely just dismembering the Jedi and what the Jedi stand for. And if you said that the rumor is that the Rey movie is going to be called A New Beginning or something similar, would we put it past new Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy to have the fucking balls to name this Star Wars movie Part 1?
No,
Instead
they're
of going
name
Episode 10, they go Part 1.
First of all, I don't know if it's I don't know if they're smart enough. I think from day one, when she got her hands on this thing, that this was her plan all along. Like, we've got to slowly take things down. And the only reason why I say that is because some of the stupid business decisions that they make that have failed. So, for instance, during the Kenobi series, they introduced Reva, the new character, and they thought that was going to be like a hit. Hey, look what we got here. This new character, you're going to love her. They were so, impressed that they were going to sell her lightsaber. And like, they were like, watch, we're going to show all those people that don't know what they're talking about Star Wars. She's going to be awesome. Barely had any backers. Nobody cared. Nobody wanted it. Fast forward to the Galactic Star Cruiser Star Wars Hotel. They purposely kept it in the Disney Star Wars, Rey and Kylo Ren and all that stuff. They went out of their way to make that hotel relevant by changing the lore of Han Solo and Leia, changing the lore of Padme and Anakin, creating books, comic books, all this stuff that features the Galactic Star Cruiser, right? To say, look, it's in the Star Wars universe. You're going to love it. And they sat back and they were like, we got something here, man, because this is our Star Wars. This is our Star Wars. It was created by Matt Martin, who's part of Lucasfilm, came in and drew it all up. And less than a year, it shut down because nobody cared, right? No one's paying that much for Rey Skywalker.
Yeah.
And so to me, it just looks like they have the ability, to make these changes where they can include a Darth Vader or a Luke Skywalker, but they choose not to.
Yep.
Because they want to be like, this is what I made. Look what we made with this IP. And so from the very beginning, I think Kennedy just had this vision of, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna move forward. All that bull crap about empowerment and strong, powerful women, and it's just a bunch of bull crap. They wouldn't have fired Gina if that was true. They wouldn't have fired her if that was true.
We've never had strong, powerful women in Star Wars. Dude, in episode 2, in Attack of the Clones, when they're all chained up on Geonosis, who's the first one to actually do anything when they're all chained up in that arena? Padme starts climbing the freaking pillar and escapes first.
Yeah,
well,
but
Anakin
they didn't
and
make
Obi-Wan
that. The thing is, they didn't make that character.
Correct, exactly.
You know what? We're gonna read super chats after this. We gotta show this one. I'm not gonna show the whole thing because I don't want the stream getting taken down. But I'll just do this. This was the scene, everyone. She turns into some weird
demon smoke, man.
Yeah, and then Soul just stabs her. Just says, "Let me stick my lightsaber in that and move it around." And then she finds out that there it is. So and she apparently dies in the smoke. She hit that smoke too hard, man. She couldn't handle it.
Don't do crack.
She couldn't handle it. Oh man! All right, let's get super chats, and then we got some Sydney Sweeney stuff. I know you guys will be happy about that. Oh
yeah. Prometheus Creations with the $10. Etsy needs to be boycotted. They are siding with woke BS by shutting down vendors who are 3D printing BT minis. They were told to do it by CGL. Screw them both for the fans with a salute. Thank you.
Wow.
Prometheus Creations with the $10. Cider Hype for a 2. Get you a Smoky Bish. They crazy in bed for real, for real. Samwise GG for a $10. I see you're bringing out the big guns in the thumbnail. Are views dropping because of constant Acco shite coverage? Hail the Fellowship and the 199.
Actually, the views have been astronomically high.
Yeah.
So astronomically, see what I did there?
Astronomically. That's a good word.
Yeah.
Rick Cox for a $5. I didn't know you could find metal chlorians with a metal detector. Can you tell my friend Kelly to stop being gay for liking the show? Kelly, stop being gay.
That's pretty good. Metachlorians with a metal detector. That's pretty good.
What they call midichlorians in this episode, they call them M readings.
Yeah, M's. We're going to get an M reading.
We're going to get an M reading from their blood sample. Fuck you. Prometheus Creations for a 5. Sydney Sweeney as Black Cat. Sony, get on this. Fan service for the win. Laugh my ass off. Hey, she'd be pretty good in that role, I think. Andre CR for a 2,500. Duality of a man. Ugly bent versus boobs. Wouldn't versus would. Vomit versus 38 seconds. I agree with Jay.
Thank you.
Then Andre CR with another 2,500. Jay, when are you Mary Bree? Do a live stream and monetize the wedding.
No, man, we're rich. We don't have to monetize it.
Chris Coran for $2. The C+ team, not even qualified for the B team. Thank you, Chris.
I like D-, man, because we bring in the D.
Well, all right. Kevin Cron with a $5. Congrats, Jay, on getting 90K on your channel.
Yeah, man.
Hey, congrats, Jay.
Crazy. I haven't been live on that channel either because I'm in some weird algorithm that anything I put out Star Wars related, it's blowing up. So we'll keep riding it to 100K. We'll see what happens.
Jay Humongous Forehead for a $2. Let's give them a chance. Nathan Puckett for a 13 months. I agree with Jay. Let's talk games. No.
Thank you.
SBZ.
Those are all my catchphrases.
There you go. SBZ with the $2. Can Jay's channel reach 100,000 before the election? There's a good chance.
I'm actually, I'm like less than 9,000 now. Still moving.
Prometheus Creations for a $5. Disney Shark Wars don't exist, so whatever they do doesn't happen. Enough said. For the fans. Thank you, Prometheus Creations again. Beardo's Bingo Arms for a $2. We gave Beardo a chance and ended up like this. Jessica Lindstrom for a 14 months. Jay, congrats on 90,000. Onward to 100K.
Thank you.
War Wizard for a 199. Great. It's reading disorder and the forehead.
Who's who?
Yeah, who's who, huh? Who's who?
Come on,
Jay
Chad.
Humongous Forehead for another $2. Truthfully, I thought that was a weed whacker. Prometheus Creations with a 5. Laugh my ass off. Critic List had Acolyte at 10. Heinous sums up what this show is. Complete garbage.
It's terrible.
Orange Agonton with a 199. Why the Wookiee look like the troll from Ernest?
Man, that's pretty good.
Fu Man Blue with a $5. Sorry about starting the forehead thing, Jay.
Man, you're good.
B Chain for a 5. Droids apparently didn't exist 100 years before the prequels. So many times a droid scanner would be useful. There is a droid. It's the one little Pip, whatever his name is.
You can easily reset it by pushing the on and off button.
Yeah.
I see Jen and Still in the chat. What's up?
What's up? Hayden with the $10. Most places that Force-sensitive people have been found do either contain grass, dirt, rocks, and/or water. Yeah, it's crazy. Jeremy's writing skills for $2. Even I can write better than this crap. Mickey D with a $5. Luke lifts a whole X-wing out of the swamp while still training, and this Wookiee can't find a virgins. John Papa Sergio with a $5. Kolnaka with the Force Vengeance Detector. Unseen Dimensions with a $2. Racist oppression is affecting the quality. Yeah. Karen July with a $5. I gave Bree the phone number for the bully hunters. Jay cyberstalked her for years and then attacked her at a convention. That happened to me recently.
I think what's funny about that picture is like people were like, it's fake, it's photoshopped. Jay paid $200. Like, so I think it's funny. Let people think whatever they want.
AD the Demon Slayer for a $2 says hashtag Star Wars is money laundering.
Yeah,
I think so.
Looks like it.
Jeremy's camera is gay for $1. Thank you. Health Minister of Belgium for a $5. Breaking news: Acolyte Season 2. I'll be playing Jabba the Hutt Space Dominatrix. I can't wait. Tobias Nexus with a $5. And I think before all this insanity, the twins' biggest concern was the perpetual circle of go ask your mom when trying to get an answer to anything. Hayden with the $20. When the black mom was turning into smoke, he looked over and saw May turning into smoke as well, and that's when he stabbed black mom. It seemed like the white mom was running away because that was what black mom was doing. Anybody's gonna have that reaction. You see the one mom, the main mom, turn into demon smoke, and then you see May turning into smoke as well. You're gonna assume that something horrible is happening.
I was laughing so hard.
Soul was right, but who cares? It's so dumb. Linko Kenobi with the $20. What's up, guys? Hey, Jay, did you notice that when the black mama was turning into smoke, Soul noticed that May was also turning into smoke? Also, I think Soul stabbed her and thought that she was killing May with May. Just a thought. Hail. I agree.
Maybe.
Yeah. He was scared half to death. Like, what the hell is happening? Darth Racer for a $10. Jay, Star Wars Theory was pissed. He said it was ass. LOL. I think it's true that the only real Star Wars anymore is the OT, the prequels, and the great series of books in the EU. At least we still have that.
Bro, Theory went on a Twitter rant, which is glorious for me because every time he goes on a Twitter rant about stuff, I always make a nice video on it, and it does really well.
Mm-hmm. Exarch Coon with the $5. There were witches? I thought it was just the hosts of The View. Beardo's right. Batman is better than Blade. Thank you. Beretta Road Chronicles for a $5. I was with the droids at a fan expo, and this is just Leslie projecting. John Papa Sergio for a $5. Can someone explain to me how Torben became a master if he went into meditation isolation as a Padawan?
Exactly.
Bingo. CJ with a $5. The Jedi acted in self-defense and did nothing wrong. Mountain Mutt for a 12 months. Episode 8. We discover Yoda has orchestrated the entire sequence in order to take control of the Jedi. Disney's plan is complete.
I hope so. I hope Plagueis or Yoda or just have Luke travel through time and show up. They're gonna need something. That's all I'm saying. Dude, we got one episode left of like 15 minutes. What is basically the only thing that they could do to tie this all up is that everybody just dies. Like that's the only thing I can think of. Like there's no way there's gonna be a season 2. You gotta wrap this up. Are you just gonna leave it on a cliffhanger and be like, Kathleen Kennedy, we gotta finish, ha ha ha, cliffhanger? Like what?
Could be.
What is this,
dude? I'm gonna predict it right now. The bald green bitch is gonna go back to the Jedi Temple and go to Yoda and tell Yoda everything that happened, and he's gonna say, all a part of the plan it is. And they're gonna make Yoda a fucking asshole.
The crazy thing is, if that green lightsaber whip turns out to be like the bad guy in the entire thing, I think that's great. The reason why is because for the 300 people that actually read the High Republic book, that character was a fan favorite. Everybody liked that character. So if they turn her into like some if she progresses into this stupid, I'm stiff as a board character, and like I'm actually the bad guy, I think that's great. I think that would, because that'll set off all the little High Republic fans. There's not that many.
In episode 6, they talk about what's his name, Smilo Ren, the big scar on his back. I think that he's gonna be the green bitch's Padawan.
Yeah, maybe. I hope he turns into the Knights of Ren leader. You know, I hope he like disappears and just makes his little fortress on some ice planet, you know.
Well, then what's going on with Osha? She put on the helmet, and that was the last thing we seen. Is she gonna be bad now?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you wrap all this stuff up? She put on the freaking helmet and goes into the Darth Vader breathing.
Yeah. And you know that was on purpose.
You want to know what else was really dumb?
All of it.
And we got other stuff to talk about. I don't want to make an entire Star Wars show. The freaking end credit scene music. What the freak was that?
Yeah.
I can't play it. But somebody keeps putting it on Twitter, and they're like, what is this music at the end? It's some weird hip-hop, R&B, Star Wars classic, I guess. All right, keep it moving. Here we go.
Mean Mark for a $5. My dad built the helmet of Reva 5 months ago. Your dad built the helmet of Reva 5 months ago? It hasn't been sold, so no one even cared about it at Comic-Con. When did Reva have a helmet?
She did. She was like a Sith. Not a Sith. She was an Inquisitor.
She was an Inquisitor.
Yeah.
But what episode did she have a helmet on? I don't remember Reva having a helmet.
Anyway, we need a break. All right, hold on.
Anyways,
it's not you. It's not you.
I don't remember Reva having a helmet, but maybe she did.
So real quick, let's. I don't know. I'm shocked that Beardo doesn't follow Sydney Sweeney on Instagram.
I don't.
I started following her when she decided to dress up like a pirate, and she was requesting to be in like pirate movies and all that stuff. And I was like, all right, let's see where this leads. Well, apparently she posted something on her Instagram yesterday that the major news media is talking about. You have, how do I say this? Not so pleasant to the eye women complaining that she would post stuff like this.
Women of the food
saying that it's unnecessary. Like, and you know, and then there's other women like, no, she was just trying on a new like bandana bikini type thing. I can't believe like this has gotten to like levels of like media where people are trying to figure out why she would post something like this. You know, she's a celebrity. She's supposed to be a whatever, you know, like she should like expose herself like that. Anyway, would you like to see these pics, Beardo?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Let's just
Just
get
research
your
purposes.
let's just get your take on them. So this is what she posted on her Instagram that's causing quite a stir.
So I have seen these. And all I have to say is yes. Yes, please. Yes. 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 Yes.
Now hold on, like I don't know what you're looking at, but I'm just looking at the quality of the band. That's a bandana bikini?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't we bring back the bandana bikini? What kind
Why
of
not?
cell phone is she using here? Like, what is that? That's not an iPhone? I don't think she's not team iPhone.
I don't know. I don't know what she's doing. I didn't even know she was holding up a cell phone.
I was like, man, it's quite crazy that this would cause such a controversy amongst women. We have women in the chat. Does this upset you or like bother? I don't know. Beardo can't look at it anymore. If not, he'd have to go to the bathroom.
Let's just say I'm a fan. Jada Gamer with the $2. The witches forced smoked. Yes, the Exalted Patriarch with the $5. That was the Peterbilt air filter canteen thing Soul had in the beginning of the episode. Maximus BT for a 199. Jay saw them breets. Holden McGroin.
She had a full cover-up shoes on. Like she had sneakers on.
Holden McGroin for a 9 months. Why does everyone act so dramatically when you make up words, and where has High Tea been?
I have because of numerous projects. I talked to Beardo before. I said that I won't be going live on Drunk 3PO for a while because I'm traveling. I just got back from Denver. Tomorrow I'm driving up to Knoxville. I'll be gone for a week then. And it's just been impossible to keep a regular schedule. I didn't want to just like do one here and then like not, you know, I'd like to get back to a normal schedule, but eventually they'll come back. So, but he's doing great with Dan and X-Wing. That's today, right? You got Bro Science today, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And then I got to get this book launched, man. We had to push the launch of Achromatic Chronicles Green a month because a lot of people asked for like a coloring book. So we had to take some time and put a coloring book. So that's what's waiting for all that. But
High Tea will return. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Orange Agonton with a 199. White mom was running to the U-Haul store. Jimmy Collins with the 9 months. Jay is the Rodney Dangerfield of Geeks and Gamers. He gets no respect.
No respect.
What about me? Steve Russ for a $2. The prequels still are bad movies. OT all the way. I like the prequels.
Prequels are the best.
I love the prequels. At least it feels like Star Wars. Nate Sandoval for a $2. Masturbation wastes midichlorians. Don't do it. Thank you for the advice. Rye the guy for $5. So what was the point of Torben unaliving himself again? He did nothing wrong to have that much guilt. Exactly. It's
bad writing.
Bad writing and Leslie Headland projecting her own personal views. Clyde dashing with a $5. It was Agatha all along.
Yes.
Chris Karan with the $2. God bless Sydney Sweeney. Absolutely.
Yes.
Lance for a $5 says yes.
God actually has blessed Sydney Sweeney twice.
Yes.
Sorry.
In two very big ways. Andre CR for a 2,500. Speaking of people of the food, I heard someone saying fat is the N-word for fats. Bigger, please.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good one.
I hope that becomes a thing because that will be that's peak stupidity at that point.
If you guys like making fun of fat people, you should watch Bro Science.
Yeah, on Fear the Beardo's channel later today.
we make fun of fat people all the time. Flint AEA for an 8 months. Damn, Sydney Sweeney's got 2 hairless Wookiees under that bra. Blessed Souls for 109. Katy Perry just did the same, and they praised her. It's because Katy Perry has the right politics. Warren with a $5. The Acolyte seems like scrapbooked sizzle reels put together as a show to save face for Kennedy and Headland. Eric K for a 34 months. That Sydney picture might turn Jeremy straight. Now, who am I kidding? He is forever gay. Elite Neo for a $5. Men and women of culture, we meet again. Join the stream at the perfect moment. You came just in time, Elite Neo. You showed up just in time. The Exalted
Always.
Patriarch for a $5. How much of that $180 million went to the end credit music?
Dude, I don't know.
$175 million.
That end credit music was horrific, man.
Horrible. Mr. Wendell for a $5. Jay, can I sleep on your forehead till Ryan buys me dem shoes? Also, Beardo is a Fago.
I got my 4 fingers there, man. Can I do 5? Maybe. Hey, man.
Jeremy's camera's gay for a $2. Black Mom turned into a bong hit. Yeesh.
Why not?
I'm looking over on Rumble. We don't have any. We do. We got one super chat over on Rumble for a $2 from Wesley. Alec Baldwin's manslaughter trial started today. Look out, ABF.
Oh, snap.
There you go. Little fun fact. Lod for a 6 months. Beardo, who is on your calendar? Jay and Beardo, always a great team. 199. This is the lovely Riley Gaines.
Riley Gaines.
Riley Gaines. She's a collegiate swimmer, or at least that she was. She was the one that was, she
called out the trans swimmer, right?
She called out the trans swimmer, William Thomas, for competing in women's sports. So that's Riley Gaines. Very lovely young woman.
Okay. Last one.
We got
Jason.
one. Yep. Jason Yankovic for $5. I missed your coverage of the Acolyte episode 7. Can you go over it again?
Yeah. Let's start from the beginning.
Let's do it.
Anyway.
We got 10 minutes. We can do it.
Just wish me luck. Actually, I want to get Beardo's take on this because I have never played the game. So yeah, we're gonna talk games. Let's talk games.
Let's do it.
Guess
at Geeks and Gamers.
This is developing. The developer of Power World has signed a deal with Sony to form a new business called Power World Entertainment. Now, wasn't this an Xbox game?
So Power World was an Xbox exclusive. You can get it on PC as well. To me, means a few things because Power World was marketed as a Pokemon alternative. Pokemon alternative, kind of like in a more adult way to play Pokemon. It was like survival mixed with Pokemon, right? Now Sony and Nintendo.
You could kill the like.
Oh yeah.
You can like. I heard like there was part where you can make them servants to you.
Yes. You can make them servants. You can have them work in a factory for you. You can downright kill them. You can get guns and kill them if you want, or you can capture them.
People in the chat are like, Sony just ruined it, man. They are like not happy with this decision.
So this is what I think happened. Nintendo. A lot of people were saying that Nintendo's going to have a big problem with Power World. And there was a mod that came out when Power World first came out where you can actually turn the PALs, the Pokemon alternatives, the PALs in Power World into actual Pokemon. And Nintendo and the Pokemon Company struck that and took that away. You took that mod away. Sony and Nintendo have a very long history where Sony and Nintendo don't really like each other.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. They don't really like each other. So this means two things. Sony is trying to get Power World onto the PlayStation, and also this could be a little jab from Sony to Nintendo saying, hey, look, we have our version of Pokemon now. What are you going to do about it? So now Nintendo has Pokemon. Sony, who doesn't like Nintendo, is trying to get their version of Pokemon.
I mean, do you think Sony would want to try to take this and turn it into something like it will never be as big as Pokemon. But I mean, will it like an alternative, like and cater to an older audience? Because of the violence. But someone in the chat said you could cook them and eat them in the game. What the freak?
Yes, you can.
Oh my gosh.
So yes, I think Sony's trying to get their version of Pokemon to compete with Nintendo, or at least get Power World on the PlayStation.
that's wild, man.
Yeah.
I mean, when you played it, did you enjoy
fun. It was fun.
You're a Pokemon person, so
yeah, I really like Pokemon. I played Power World for maybe like 2 or 3 weeks. It was fine. It was fine. It's a lot more survival than it is kind of like Pokemon to me, even though there is a Pokemon aspect to it. It's a fun game. I know people still play it and they're putting out updates. It's a fine game. Maybe I'll go back to it one day.
how are you doing on the Elden Ring?
I love Elden Ring, man. I love
I know you
Ring.
love it, but how are you doing on it?
I'm doing pretty good. It's hard. You will die to certain bosses 20, 30 times, but when you do it, it feels so freaking good when you finally beat it. It feels so good. I'm actually doing pretty decent at Elden Ring for my first time playing. Black Tailgate says Beardo's doing well. See?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I can't do it, man. It's not my thing.
Understandable. I didn't think it would be mine.
I'm playing like there's a crab game that's like Elden Ring. It's like you're a little crab and you gotta farm and all that stuff, and you fight other bosses. And yeah, I'm barely I played that like twice, and now I realize like you gotta build your character up. Right? Isn't that part of it? Like you gotta build your you gotta
upgrade your character,
get your points up,
upgrade
yeah,
your
yeah.
stats and attributes and stuff. Yeah,
fight the bigger bosses.
Yep.
I think that's how it is. Are we all caught up? Is everything good?
Mean Mark with the $2 says, "Sorry, it was Second Sister's helmet." Okay, gotcha.
Oh, Second Sisters. Yeah, that makes sense.
Hayden with the $10. Power World is partnering with Sony Music Entertainment Japan Inc. and Aniplex per their announcement on Twitter.
Man, they're going, but wasn't that was like a small company.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, I know we don't talk politics here, but bro, this is the funniest freaking thing.
They've heard these arguments.
Her wig is all messed up, man, and she's trying to fix her wig.
What are we doing?
Does she not know she's live on CNN?
I don't think she cares.
What is she doing? Come on, bro.
Dude, she's lost, man.
Dude, I only
That's
played
wild.
that because it's funny, man. Wasn't trying to get into politics, but that crap is the funniest freaking thing I've seen. Holy crap, dude. Oh, anyway, I think we did it, man.
We did it!
Freaking heck. Now,
Except for Edward Frigid Hands for $5. We need an Acolyte video game where we get to romance a Sith Lord and unlock his supercharged big red lightsaber. I'm good.
man, you know what? What was so Star Wars of old. The movie would come out. They would have. So I just thrown out there episode 3. Movie would come out. Then you got the amazing novelization. The episode 3 novelization is one of the best books on Star Wars ever. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's good.
Then we got games to go with the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
More than just one. There was
the Star Wars
several, but there was the main.
3,
There was the main game. Yeah,
that game was awesome. So much fun.
And you look back at even episode 1, you had the main game where you went through the movie. You had the pod racing game. You had dude, that's how Star Wars was such a amazing company. They just did everything was just lined up. They would get you hyped. So Lucas knew at a perfect, things would get you hyped, right? So maybe the video game got you hyped and you'd watch the movie and then you'd collect. Maybe the movie did, maybe the book, whatever. It was just they just were hitting you at all points at one point. I for the life of me, what do they got with the Acolyte? Even the Mandalorian didn't even have a game, right? It just had a Fortnite character. That was it.
The only Star Wars game that they have right now is they have the Jedi Survivor series, which isn't horrible. They have the new Star Wars Outlaw game coming out with the female Han Solo knockoff.
Yeah, that's the next one.
And then the one that they could have made a whole bunch of money on was the Battlefront 1 and 2 collection, the remaster, and they absolutely flushed it down the toilet. They messed that one up bad.
That taught me never pre-order a game. I was so excited for that. And I was like, I will never pre-order a game ever. Like, that was my bad. Like, I played it maybe for 10 minutes and it was just so screwed up. Like, it was like, but yeah, like, so they have no games or anything that is connected to these Disney Plus shows. Well, I will say this: the Ahsoka #1 comic book was just man. We gotta talk. I want to talk comic books, man. I'm getting back into it. Anyway, the Ahsoka #1 comic book was released today. I'm going to be looking at all these Star Wars comic book numbers and see exactly how far they've fallen. The High Republic comic book series never even cracked the top 50. And there's not much competition out there. Put it that way. That's how bad those things were. Like, nobody cared. So anyway. Hey, Jay, read the last super chat. Well, and then we're done, right?
We got a few. The Wolfram Heart with the 199 says hashtag rescue Dave Filoni's dog.
Yeah.
KC Cheeto with the $2. Trust the bro science. Congrats, Jay, on 90,000.
Hey, KC. Shout out to KC. She got the Daughter's Revenge tattoo.
Nice.
Right. My book's not that pirate book ain't even out yet, and like some people are already getting the tattoo.
A lot of people are getting it. There you go.
Keanu Monday. Since they retconned my birth, can they retcon my death so I can have a John Wick body count? And that's it, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys on Rumble, Twitter, wherever you watched. We appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with the B team, D- team. I'll take that. I'll take that. So, you know, Beardo, check out Fear the Beardo. He's going to be on with Dan Vask and X-Wing in 2 hours?
Yep, 2 p.m. Eastern time, Bro Science on the Fear the Beardo channel. We make fun of fat people, ugly people, and, we just like making fun of people and talking shit.
And I know I'm going to see this coming Friday at the Tomato Head Pizza Place in Knoxville. Lulu Blues in the chat, Valiant Renegade, Force of Light, and several others we're all going to go have some pizza together. It's not an official meetup. I'm just like, we're going to be there. And then we'll be at the Knoxville Comic-Con. Gina will be there. All these other everyone's going to be hanging out, running around, and I will be live because you guys might not hear from me for a minute. On Park Hopping, I think from Dollywood.
Nice. So
it's going to be pretty awesome. But that's it. I'm going to hit the button. So you guys have a great one. I don't know who's going to be on tomorrow, but good luck.